Hello, welcome to TechWebDots. Today I'm going to discuss Docker Hub, right? This session is part of Docker for Beginners series, so I strongly suggest you to watch the previous recorded sessions if you have not watched them, so that will help you to understand better. So let's move ahead to understand Docker Hub or Docker registries. So this image actually explaining everything, right? This is the basic taxonomy in Docker. So this is your system that contains your container, or you can see the image instance which is running as an app process via service or web, and this container is actually fetching the official images, which is of Node.js image or Nginx or .NET anything, and those are actually are the static images, or you can say the persisted container images coming from the registry, and those are provided by the official provider from the Microsoft itself, Microsoft organization, from for .NET, for Node.js organization for Node.js, right? On the right hand side, if you notice, hosted Docker registry, right? That contains Docker trusted registries on-prem, that we can have it on-prem as well, that we call in the private organization, but also those registries also available on public cloud. When we say public cloud, you can access them through internet. So Docker Hub registry again is a Docker trusted registry on cloud that you can access through internet. In that there are multiple providers, ACR, which we call Azure Container Registry, again AWS Container Registry, Google Container Registry, QA Registry by Red Hat, and the other cloud providers. So if you see this registry stack, in that we have all the official base images that we can use in our containerization process, right? So let's understand, there's one more thing important. This is something that you're fetching from the official resource, right? From the official source, but you can also create your own image. That is also possible. And once you create it, let's say for your application one, after creation, you can also push those images to the container registry or Docker registry, and you can easily fetch them later, or you can share it with any other resources within your team remotely. They can access it, run it anywhere. I mean, that is the advantage of that image, right? So once your registry is created, once your image is pushed in the registry, so you can share it. So Docker Hub provides a vast library of pre-built images, the official one that we are talking about, and resources, accelerating development workflows and reducing setup time, right? We don't need to think about that, the base one. So you can build upon pre-built images from Docker Hub and then use the repositories to share and distribute your own images that I just said with your team or millions of other developers. So there are prerequisites, right? How you can do that? In the previous sessions, I have shown you. So what all you need to do is install the Docker on your machine. You have to create a Docker that you can use to pull or fetch the images. Docker Hub provides image repositories with version control feature. Maybe in the one version you have added one feature, in another version you don't want to have that feature and you wanted to share with your users or the developers. So with the help of version control, we can easily manage it. So Docker Hub is the default public registry Docker uses for image management. So what is an image tag? An image tag is a text string that is used to version an image, right? If we are talking about version, it means we are talking about tagging. So an image is labeled with the latest tag if you don't specify a tag, right? So a latest will automatically assigned. A single image can have multiple tags assigned to it. I just said maybe in one tagging we are using one feature, in another tagging version we wanted to remove that feature. So both versions can exist at the same time. The image ID is a useful way to identify and manage images where name or tag of an image might be ambiguous. For Windows, again we have a special treatment. Microsoft doesn't provide base container images with the latest tag. For Windows based container images, you have to specify the tag that you want to use. For example, the Windows based container image for server core is mcr.microsoft.com Windows Server Core. The basics of the Docker Hub registry. I hope you remember in the previous Docker session, I have already explained this file, which is really helping us to create the Docker image. The image that we are using in the from section mcr.microsoft.com, under that we are looking for .NET SDK, right? And the version can be different, right? So let me show you how it looks like, because there is two different official repositories. Now you must be thinking, one is the mcr.microsoft.com, another one can be Docker Hub. So you can also download the official images from directly from mcr.microsoft.com. Another, it can be from the Docker Hub. Okay, so let me show you the MCR one. On this official Microsoft artifact registry page, here you can see all the official Microsoft images are available here, and you can see they have categorized these images in different sections, right? And you can see there are so many images, right? It's related to Microsoft.NET Runtime, .NET Samples, SDKs, frameworks, monitor, and AI, and so much, right? So you can download from here as well. This is the Docker image that we used in our session, if you recall, right? And this was our .NET console app image that we created, and the name is Hello World image, right? And we wanted to discuss about the Docker Hub. So if you are in the Docker, right, if you click on three dots here on the left hand side, so from here as well you can navigate to the Docker Hub, right? And because we are already logged in, right, so you can see, right, I have already logged in from here, and I can see my all the images that I have pushed to Docker Hub, right? If I click on images, so you can see two sections, one is local, one is the hub repositories. So what repositories I have created, so we can see all of them here which are available in my account that I have pushed previously. For example, React Cloud Basic, my microservice, Azure Word Front, and blah blah and so on, right? And same thing we can see after logging in to the Docker Hub. So if you go here and click on Docker Hub, you will redirected to the browser. In this browser, you can see we are on hub.docker.com, and as of now we are not logged in. So if I click on sign in here, so it will ask me for sign in. If I click sign in here, so let me show you how the overall things look like and what official repositories we can see here. So you can see the one that I have pushed here, right? And we can also create your own repository as well, right? And in that you can give the name, and you can update multiple push multiple images over there with different versions, right? You can also search for the official one as well. On the left hand side you can see this panel, it shows all the repositories. Setting menu we have, billing menu we have. I am using the basic one, so there is no billing associated with my account, but I can see the users, who is pulling, and about the storage. And you can see here we can filter the content by image, volume, helm, wasm, and compose, right? So all these options are very handy. If I show you one of the repository here, if I click on it, so you can see all the information here, what is the size of this image, right? And what are in the, there are multiple tabs: journal, tags, image management, collaborators, webhook, and setting. So all the metadata information you will find in each of the tab, right? Like what is the digest, what is the operating system, what is the version, and what are the settings that you can do. And from the local, right, if you wanted to push another version, so you just simply use docker push TechWebDots slash this command, and it will be different for you, right? But I'm just showing it how you can do it. And if you wanted to pull it, you just need to use docker pull and this name TechWebDots and slash your repository name and the tag name that you wanted to use. Tag is nothing, the version 1 we can see here, right? Then you can easily pull this image, and it is public. You can also use this image, right? Okay, so we have seen, right, the how repository look like, and there is a Docker search option as well. I have already logged in, that's why I am able to see mine one. So the moment you start exploring, you will see your account repositories that you pushed or that you have searched. And what we were talking about, we can explore the official repository as well, right? We can use them. So if you click on explore, you will see all the related recent information that Docker is providing, right? From machine learning we can see
TensorFlow, PyTorch, right? And all these, right, in different areas. The most pulled images, Memcached, Nginx, BusyBox. So if I click on any of the image, you can see the MySQL, Postgres, every image is available. If I click on the Nginx one, which is the second most pulled image, you can see more than 1 billion downloads and 10,000 plus star rating is given over here, right? And we can see all the information of this official image, right, that you can use at any point of time, right? It contains all very rich information here, so that you can always check here and get it. If you wanted to pull this image, see how straightforward it is. You can just use docker pull and the name of the image, and by default, if you don't specify the version, it will pick the latest one.
Session. Okay, next I will discuss the Docker storage in the next section and I will see you there. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Till then, bye bye.